So we had a little bit of a hiatus thanks to the holidays. Lots of kid time, lots of rain. But that means there's a lot of 4Ps to catch up on. Been home a lot more recently with my kids, but even with all that time, I find it hard to put my phone down. There's just too much going on, and the internet is, frankly, much more entertaining than my kids. I've seen a lot of Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime shows. But the kids are fighting back. A 7-year-old boy in Germany organized a rally in Hamburg with, 150, 200 people joining him to encourage parents to put down their phones. The slogan for the demonstration was, "Play with me, not with your cell phones," which, oof, okay, maybe it's time to make more of an effort. That said, you're probably watching this on your phone. I'm recording this on my phone, and my kids are nowhere in sight. I've managed a lot of people over the last 15 or so years, and one thing I've always found to be overrated were staged, corny team building exercises. Now, a night of bowling or laser tag isn't going to get people to like each other. It won't foster collaboration on its own, that's for sure. Maybe karaoke, but that's it. No, the key is to hiring good people who will naturally care about each other and doing good work. Foster an environment of support, outline clear, specific, purposeful framework for collaboration. That's the key. Now, unless concrete goals are outlined, collaboration is going to be an esoteric, unclear objective without real rules. Strong relationships and trust matter for collaboration, but they're not the starting point. They're the outcomes of dedicated people striving together. Connecting collaboration to the motives of success-minded team members is what unlocks productive teamwork, not monthly nights out going for drinking and partying. The only thing that accomplishes is team hookups, and while that may be collaboration in the short term, you'll have other things to worry about besides viral content, actual viruses. According to a recent AP poll, 48% of Americans say it's important for a candidate running for office to have strong religious beliefs. Now, for a developed country, the US comparatively is extraordinarily high when it comes to religion. But it hasn't always been this way. Evangelical Christians and the moral majority made a determined push to influence political leaders starting in the 1970s. Ever since, Americans who have felt less secure economically have been fertile ground for religious appeals from the right. And what's crazy is that many of the impoverished people, and especially voters, undermine their economic interests by voting for Republican politicians who are interested in further concentrating wealth in the hands of the affluent. And they do so in part because the Republicans appeal to their religious propensities. So the worse their living conditions become, the more they are likely to follow a self-defeating voting pattern. I know this isn't new, but religion and politics shouldn't mix. The First Amendment doesn't specifically prevent or outlaw this, only saying that Congress can't pass a law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. But considering how divisive religion is, wars are fought over it. This all seems like another great reason for really separating church and state in this country. So let me just start this one off by saying I've never tried any drug harder than pot, and even that has been and was very sporadic early in my life. I haven't had alcohol in over a year, and the only prescription drugs that I have ever had have been allergy meds and antibiotics. So considering all of the online debates and battles I get into with gun nuts, I've read up on my fair share of mental illness and just tap into a lot of the resources available. There's a ton of research on causes and treatments, one such being a new and more experimental treatment called microdosing. Now, for some people with mood disorders who haven't had success with the Celexas and Prozacs and Zolofts and Effexors and Cymbaltas and Adderalls and even the Ritalins of the world, some people are turning to microdoses of LSD and seeing great results under a doctor's orders. The dose in question is at most 1/10 of a normal dose of LSD. I don't know what a normal dose of LSD is, but your typical LSD user in search of a trip or hallucination will take around 100 to 150 micrograms. That's typically what the dose is. But microdoses would be just 10 micrograms at a time. That's like 2 tiny drops. And you do it every 4 days. Now, the theory of microdosing is that the 10 micrograms should be enough to deliver an improvement on your mood or your symptoms without any possibility of hallucinations or any of the noticeable physical or mental effects. Now, again, I haven't tried it, and I don't think I need it, but interesting nonetheless.